Tonight, a McClenny man has been arrested and charged in connection to the deadly U.S. Capitol riot earlier this month. On your side's Haley Harrison was at the federal courthouse in downtown Jacksonville. You heard her earlier asking questions to that man. She was there for his first appearance and tells us what he's accused of doing inside the Capitol.
43-year-old Bradley Weeks was just arrested by FBI agents this morning outside of his home in Baker County. He's now facing 2 federal misdemeanor charges: knowingly entering or remaining in any restricted building or grounds without lawful authority, and violent entry and disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, which the prosecutor told the judge were, quote, serious misdemeanor charges. This comes after the FBI was tipped off by several people about Facebook videos Weeks allegedly posted detailing his role in the January 6th invasion of the U.S. Capitol. The FBI transcript of his speech includes, quote, "We've gotten through and we are going to take back the Capitol. We're going to take back our country. This is our 1776. According to the FBI complaint, photos and videos show Weeks inside the building in the vicinity of a congressman's office. The Baker County Press reported Weeks told them last week he, quote, inhaled some tear gas after scaling a wall outside the Capitol building before going inside.
Mr. Weeks, why did you say what you did when you were in the Capitol?
Weeks was released on an unsecured bond Thursday. He ignored questions from our First Coast News team.
Would you do it again?
As he left the federal courthouse.
You regret talking in the courtroom, not to the media or the court of public opinion.
If convicted on both counts, Weeks could face up to 18 months in jail and $105,000 in fines. He could also be forced to pay restitution for property damage done at the Capitol. Weeks did not enter a plea Thursday. In Jacksonville, Haley Harrison, First Coast News, on your side.
And Weeks' arrest marks the 5th by FBI Jacksonville in connection to the deadly riot, which doesn't include John Anderson from St. Augustine, who was one of the 82 initially arrested and charged with unlawful entry.